Hi, and welcome to Happy Fisherman Adventures.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
Today's adventure is all about King George biting at St Leonards.
Yep, and what an adventure. It's actually a recent trip that we had, me and Will actually today, and we had these boys that just got themselves a brand new Stacer, Wildmaster, and young baleen. I actually was a bit concerned because we left Clifton Springs to get the boys onto some pinkies or anything at the old channel, and we didn't have a touch. I looked at the sound and I said, something must be wrong here, the sounder must be broken or something. But then after we didn't have a touch, I go, well, it's not the sounder, there is no fish here. So we went to St Leonards, and yeah, you'll see in the video actually what happened.
Well, the whole idea in St Leonards, while fishing for King George whiting, you really have to be connected with the line. You have to feel the fish, so you have to hold the rod in your hands at all times.
It is actually funny because they'll touch your bite, and obviously with a good rod you're going to feel it, but don't act. The second time they touch it, they on. Again, best bite?
Best bait was pilchard with squid cocktail.
Even the peepees and mussel.
Peepees and mussel, yeah, they were brilliant as well.
Well, let's watch this first adventure this time, and at the very beginning of this adventure we're going to show you how Will actually set up his boat catch on his boat. And it's very smart because, you don't just have a rope, pull it up and let it float in the water. The way he did it along his trailer on the islets is just amazing, so have a look at this. Well, we're starting this adventure again at Werribee Ramp. This time we're on Will's tabbycraft. Before we go on the water, I'm going to show you how Will set up his boat catch. He ran the cable from the release lever through these eyelets, and he can actually open the latch just with his gaff. So let's reverse the boat and let's see his invention in action. So, safety first. You don't take the safety chain or the strap before the boat touches the water. Once the back of the boat is in the water, you can remove all that stuff away, and now the boat is held just by the boat catch. Then jump in the boat, start the engine, put the boat in the gear forward, and then use your gaff to release the latch. Once that's done, you're ready to go. Easy as that. Well, here's a closer look of this setup. Well, we are on the way. This time, Will had the task to actually drop me off at Clifton Springs, where I'm going to meet with some people that actually just bought a new Stacer from us at Geelong Marine World, and I'm going to take them out for a bit of a practice and safety instructions and for a bit of a fish, and Will's going to go and fish on his own for a little while. The bite was just magnificent. You don't get many days like this, and when you do, just enjoy it. While we were driving there, we opened the pastricis that Mima made for us this morning. They were still actually hot, and we had breakfast on the water. 25 minutes later, we were already at Clifton Springs boat ramp. Here I met with David, Novak and young Balin. They just got this brand new Stay-Sub Wild Rider with this 90 horsepower Suzuki, and it was the first time that we're gonna take this boat on the water. First thing first, we set up the anchor, we set up the fishing rods, and then we were ready to go. Here I gave them a few simple safety instructions of how to launch and retrieve the boat, and in which order to get the straps out, to make sure the plug is in, and to reverse the boat, and then take the safety chain and release the actual strap later. As you see, we had to improvise with a rope because we didn't have one, so we used just a piece of strap to hold on to the boat. Young Balin was very excited and he was looking forward to catch some fish today. We left the Clifton Springs boat ramp and we were on our way to Old Channel. We're gonna try just to get some pinkies or anything, just to have some fun.
So how is this? Brand new boat, first time out on a new boat, and they end up seeing dolphins on the water.
Actually, it's Port Phillip Bay. It's just amazing. We had a big pod of dolphins. There was hundreds of them. But the dolphins was one thing. In the next video, you're going to see young Balin actually managed to get quite a few fish. I don't know what he was doing different compared to his father and their friend David, but he got a few fish. And we were a bit concerned about Novak, which is Balin's father, that he's not going to catch a fish. But on the end, he started catching some new. So first time on the boat, you're right in front of St Leonards, and you start catching King George whiting. So it must be exciting. There is no need to talk about the old channel as there was nothing there, so we were on the way to St Leonards. As we got close to St Leonards, we actually saw some dolphins, and you can see the smiles on these people's faces. It was priceless. The dolphins actually put up some nice show for us, and they were swimming under the boat, around the boat, in front of the boat, and there was heaps of them. I've seen these creatures so many times, and it's always amazing to see them and watch them. After a nice dolphin show, we end up going towards one of my old marks at St Leonards. This mark is just in front of the boat ramp, just past the green stick. It started a bit slow, but then we were on. Young Balin got his first King George whiting. For me, that was a really good sign. So we took a few happy snaps and we had to go back and try to get some more. In no time, we had the second one as well. We didn't film this action, but there is the proof. Now somehow the fish was only on one side of the boat. Then David was on one. Again, there was my usual setup. Ready Stinganos rig, and I normally put just a piece of squid and a piece of pilchard on it. The very next fish, Balin's on again. Now we start to worry a bit as his dad Novak still didn't get a fish on the boat. Then, a couple minutes later, Balin's on again. At this stage, I was asking Balin to give his dad some lessons or some tips so he can catch a fish as well. The very next fish, Balin got a pinky. Well, that one doesn't count. Again, the smile on this kid was just priceless. Then Dave was on another one. So far, we had quite a few fish, but Novak still didn't get his first King George whiting. Now, as I mentioned before, with King George they're very slimy. You need to practice to grab them straight on top of the head, otherwise they're very slippery. The idea is to slide your hand all the way down to the hook and then obviously use the other hand, just grab them by the head. Sorry about the camera angle, but that's the best we could do. In meantime, Novak managed his first King George whiting, so we all were very happy. And as you see, David was on another one. They slowly got the feel and the touch. They are finicky, you have to take it easy, and you have to play them. This fish, it's not easy to catch. Saying that, young Balin made it look easy. We are not going to tell you the score today, but I can tell you that Balin got more fish than his dad and David together. A few more happy snaps and it was time to go back as David's family was waiting at the boat ramp and I had to go back with Will and continue fishing, I suppose. They were very happy with their new purchase, and I can tell you this boat actually rides very nice and soft, and it wasn't noisy at all, which is surprising for an aluminium boat. Once we got close to Clifton Springs, we have to back off and drive slowly as here can be very shallow. In meantime, Will was at the old Palins trying for some squid, but no luck. Before that, Will was at Leopold trying to get some King George whiting, and apparently there was lots of boats around, but no one got nothing. Then I jumped on Will's boat and we were on the way back to St Leonards.
In the next video you're going to see Will and Tibby went back to St Leonards to the exact same spot and continued catching King George whiting.
To be honest, the tide didn't matter because once they were on, they kept going till the dark. They just kept going. And Will, like a little kid, he was laughing his face off. He kept bringing this fish in. Look, he caught barrel not long ago. He caught heaps of school tuna and you name it, marlin, but still catching King George whiting. And because it's not easy, isn't it?
Definitely not easy. You really, if you pay attention and if you look closely, you'll see how they're constantly concentrating and keeping contact with the line.
Yeah, you always have to be connected.
Yeah.
So as we mentioned before, they come, they nibble, don't strike. And that's why we put a bit of a squid and top it up with pilchard. They come, they hit the pilchard. Pilchard acts like burley. And then they get the taste of it, so they come and smash the pilchard. So it worked perfectly, the plan was on, and actually we got quite a few fish. We put heaps of fish back as well, but have a look at the next video. At St Leonards, action straight away. We didn't even manage to set up the cameras properly, we already had fish left, right and center. Then Will was putting the cameras around and we were ready to actually film some action properly. Again, small piece of squid, small piece of pilchard, and this is the result. The fish around St Leonards is not that big at the moment, but 32 to 38 centimeters averaging and odd over 40. When I was here just before with Novak, David and Balin, the tide was incoming and we were getting fish. At this time, the tide is outgoing and we're still getting fish. Somehow it didn't matter, they were hungry and they were on. Saying that, they were not aggressive, so they wouldn't just rip your bite and take off. They actually come and fiddle, they just touch, very small bites, and you do have to play them. Best rig for the day, again, Tinganosta rig. It just worked, so if something works, you don't want to change it. You can see here how I keep tension on the rod, and when they nibble, I just wind slowly, I don't strike at all, and yeah, they get hooked. Another important thing is make sure the bite is not too big. They do have small mouth, so you just want a little bit of bite on the hook and that's it. Most of the times, if we put a big bite, we would miss them. But then they come back for that small piece of squid and you got a second chance. attention to Will, how he actually slowly lifts the rod up and keeps the tension on the fish. And then when they get that nibble, it just strikes a little bit. You don't go hard on them, you don't need to. You just make the bite run away from them and they get upset and they go for it. If you strike on a first bite like I did here, you're gonna miss them. But keep the tension on the rod and slowly wind back, just get the bite away from them and they come back for it.
Alright, in the very next video you will see Tibby and Will going live on Facebook, basically calling everyone to come and fish right next to them. They were showing them where they are, they were showing them what they're using for bait. They were literally inviting everyone to come and fish with them.
Look, sharing is caring. We always say we don't mind, just don't go over my anchor, over my rods, but come in the area and be next to us, and that if the fish is on, why not? So
There's
if you follow,
for everyone.
It is. And if you follow my Facebook, we always do that. And now, saying that, David, friend of ours, David Cousin, he actually works at Warneet Boat Ramp in the little shop there, but he loves catching King George whiting our way. So he went to St Leonards, and after a few tips and tricks, you know, he managed to get quite a few fish himself. And then he sends me a message. He said, guess what I did today? I did the Happy Fisherman. I called people to fish right next to me.
Good on you.
It's just it is an awesome feeling if you can help someone. So
yes.
Try sometime, it works. Let's watch the next video. Now have a look here. Once they go, it's best to fish with one rod. Hold that rod in your hand and just catch them. Will made that decision pretty quick. He took the other rod out of the way, put it away, and he was working only with one rod, and I can tell you the success was amazing. Then I wiped my hands, I grabbed my phone, and we went live on Facebook. We basically told people where we are, what we're catching, and what we're using for a bite. Actually, just to have a bit of live vision of what's going on. Show me, so you can see it's King George, finally King George whiting. I have to spin the reel white a few times. Yeah, I had to spin, I had to bite. Oh, okay, got him. What are you doing? Oh, now, you know what, keep on going. I've got him. Right, yeah, that's Will now. So, yeah, St Leonards, guys, finally fire up. About time, eh? This morning, nothing. We went to, and they basically... Tangles, yeah, we got tangles. They basically didn't go, and just about before high tide, about 20 minutes in, they started. I was here with other people, I had to go back. We got with the other people, we got about 20, and then me and Will came back here. And yeah, in last, 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes, this is what we got. Yeah, and you can see where we are. I don't know if you can see the green stick. So we're just away from green stick. And Will's gonna rebite now. The audio and the dialogue is not the best, as we never prepared it, so this is best we can do. No, it's gone. No, he's still there. All right, there you go. King George. It is just fair to say that we did lose few. We actually strike wrong time, or we actually even lose them off the hook somehow. We had them hooked halfway through, we lost them. so it's not every strike a fish, but we managed to get quite a bit, and at one stage they start going crazy. And then just before sunset we had fish after fish. We got quite busy. By the end of the day we had about 30 plus fish, and that was more than enough. They actually kept going till the sunset. Once it got dark they actually stopped. We took a few more photos, and then slowly we started to pack up, and we were on the way back to Werribee. All in all, this was an amazing day on the water.
Well, winter is on, it's cold, it's windy, it's wet, so we came up with an idea how to keep ourselves warm, dry and comfortable out there on the water.
It's actually come up with the idea of getting this overall, which actually is just rainproof, windproof, and it's got lining inside so it keeps you warm. And yeah, it works. So the other day, actually, me and Michael, you're going to see that next week in the next episode. We went fishing, it was raining, we were still fishing. So normally when it rains, we get under the cabin and we stay there and wait till the rain passes and all that stuff. We didn't care. So have a look, maybe you're going to like it. So have a look at this video. Hi guys, well, finally we received our order we just placed a couple of weeks ago. And that's the Happy Fisherman overalls. It is miserable outside, it's cold, it's freezing, it's raining. So, we got one for Dave, we got one for Will, and finally I got one for myself as well. Because last year I received one, but it was a little bit too small. It was a medium size, and obviously I needed the large one. So, they are waterproof, they are windproof. If you're on tuxedo, bow tie, you come from the wedding, you just put them on, and off you go fishing. So, 20 pockets, and you're ready to rock and roll. After you're done, you just take them off, and basically back to your wedding or office, or if you're like me, you're back in the pub, and you don't have to go to the hotel or motel, whatever it is, and change. You just take them off, and you're rock and roll. Now we're gonna have some of these at Hooked on Bait and Tackle, so go and see Mick just for a sample. And if you want to place an order with us, please call me or contact me or contact Mick, and we're gonna have an order in about a week time, so let us know. Well guys, again, thanks for your support, thanks for watching, thanks for everything, thanks for people that actually bought our t-shirt and, you know, helping us in every way. Thanks for subscribing to our YouTube.
Once again, thank you for watching. We will see you next time.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do